Hi, thanks for tuning in to Astro Awani and you're watching In Realty with me, Nawati Anand. You know how in fashion there's this term called some color is the new black, or red is the new black, or pink is the new black. But in property development, green has always been and will always be the new black. So since we are talking about green and green township, I'm here in Sungai Rasau in Shah Alam, where Malaysia's first green township is located at. And with me today is Sam Tan. He's the group MD of KEN Holdings. Thank you so much, Sam, for making the time.
Thank you, Lina, for having me.
Okay, like I said, in property development, green will always be the new black.
That's right.
Because that's what we're aiming for, right?
Correct.
So you being the group MD of KEN Holdings has done a great effort in bringing this to our country.
Thank you.
Hence, KEN Rimba was slated as the first green township in Malaysia.
Yep.
So you are quite young. I can see that you're very young. So how did this concept come about? What made you think, how did it occur in your mind that, okay, we have to have this kind of township in our country?
Okay, thanks, Lina. I think it goes back to our roots. You see, as KEN Holdings, we are a property developer, but with an engineering background. So when we started development in the early 90s, we've already been using a lot of engineering principles within our construction. When we did our first property, which was KEN Damansara in SS2 at that time, we were also thinking, how do we keep the occupants inside there feeling comfortable? How do we reduce the heat transfer from outside to inside of their homes? How do we keep them cool? And that was a very big thing in our thinking already. So we've progressed a lot from that. KEN Damansara 1, 2, 3, we've done a lot of trials. We've actually succeeded in a lot of them, done a lot of passive designs, move wind, and we've planted a lot of greeneries even from those early days. So it's not something that is new to us. It's something that we've been doing. It's just that the fashion has caught on and people have started naming it green developments. Like you say, it's the new black in property. And we feel that if you design a home properly, if it's a good home, people will live in it comfortably and they'll have a better life. So we feel that as a good developer, it's our responsibility to take care of the homeowners who live inside. Hence, when we did KEN Rimba, we've had this opportunity to actually transform a beautiful piece of land, 60 acres township, and we wanted to transform it to something which is really sustainable, but yet affordable. I think that is the main key. A lot of people think that green buildings, green developments have to be expensive.
Because they are.
It can be. It can be very expensive. You see, green developments come in different ranges. So for us, we felt that it's a great opportunity to show what can be actually done. Hence, every single development within KEN Rimba is green rated. We've got very high rated developments from gold to gold plus to now we're aiming for some being even in the platinum ranges, and yet we're still trying to keep it affordable. So I think that's the biggest task. We believe that the homes can be built well. That's why our engineering expertise really helps us when we do this development. And if we keep it affordable, we hope to change the mindset that green buildings can only be afforded by those wealthy people.
Exactly.
It's not true. It's not true. We believe we can get it done, and hence KEN Rimba is our test bed for that.
And for this show, for In Realty, our battle cry has always been quality homes with an affordable range of price for normal people to buy in. That would be your mission as well.
That's right.
But after all these years, we still couldn't see how that could be made possible until KEN Rimba came into the picture. So do you have to compromise any sets of divisions or anything to make this possible?
Well, you have to find a way to compromise. That is true. You can't put 1 + 1 = 1.5.
Exactly.
It will be equal to 2. So it's always been our chairman, Dato' Kenny Tan's philosophy that the day you buy is the day you gain. And how do we make it happen? It's about reducing wastage. It's about being more efficient during construction. It's about being more efficient during planning. You see, KEN Holdings came from the construction and engineering background, and we are both the builder and the developer. So with that synergy, it really helps. On another part, I think it's the main corporate philosophy. We reward our buyers who trust in us. We have a lot of repeat buyers and we're very happy with that. We thank them for all their support and trust in us. We've sold a lot of properties where buyers don't really know what they were getting. So we tend to under-promise, but we hope to always over-deliver. And with that, we really want to deliver something good to our buyers. Hence, it's about rewarding them from the front. They will come for our early previews and snap up all the properties that we put up for sale. And I think with that trust, it really puts responsibility on us to make sure that we deliver well. And I think at the end of the day, it's about practicality. Don't do unnecessary things which don't have any tangible benefits for buyers. So for us, we will spend the money where it's necessary. Sometimes aesthetics is very important for certain people, but a lot of times we feel that when you live in a home, what is more important is the practicality of the home. How you use the space, how you maximize the space that you have so that you can create different areas for people, and you put money spent well in the right places, and that's our philosophy.
Yeah, and 60 acres of land is a huge plot of land. A lot of things can be done on that piece of land. So talk to us about what it comprises of, what KEN Rimba comprises of.
Right. KEN Rimba comprises of two phases of landed properties. One of it is Legian Residences, the other one is Jimbaran Residences. We have one commercial centre, which is 109 shop lots, 2- and 3-storey shop lots. We then have two parcels of condominium land. The first one, which is KEN Rimba Condo, which we hope to launch by end of the year, will comprise of 3 blocks with 679 units. And that's where we're trying to push the green status to Green Mark Gold Plus, and yet keep it affordable for people. And then the final condo phase, which is 240 units, we're hoping to push it up to a platinum level. And we still have another commercial parcel in front of the development where we will be planning commercial type developments there.
Seeing is only believing.
Yep.
So hence we're going to take our viewers to one of the show units right after this break. So for the next 20 minutes or so, you'll be with KEN and also KEN Holdings. So stay tuned, more on In Realty. Okay, thanks for tuning with us. We are back from the break. We were talking about KEN Holdings and the whole excitement in KEN Rimba in Sungai Rasau in Shah Alam. We are right now in one of the show units called Jimbaran. Sam Tan, the group MD, is here to talk about this wonderful green house. I can call it a greenhouse, right?
Yes, it
it's
is.
actually white, but it's green in a way. So, okay, when I was first here, you asked me what is the difference with this house and the rest of the show units that I've been to. I can't answer it until you point out that this house has got no doors. So a lot of glasses, a lot of high ceiling, high floor to ceiling height, made possible with a very affordable price range. So how is that even possible?
Yeah, you rightly mentioned about the difference in normal homes. We've decided that we don't actually need a main typical front wooden door which we swing in. You see, normally terrace houses you have a wooden door and also a sliding door. So what we've decided to do was to expand on the sliding door idea, remove the main door, the main wooden door. Because when you have the main wooden door, the back area cannot be used. We are utilizing space which cannot be objectively and well used by the owner. It is there, you've paid for it, but you can't use it. So we decided, okay, can we be more efficient in this way? I was just telling you that Hong Kong and Japan are very good at this because land is so expensive. In Malaysia, relatively, we are so cheap in comparison to them. So a lot of people don't take much account on this matter. But we decided to change that fact and introduce this. And suddenly, lo and behold, you have a piano area. You have a music area, it can be a kids' study area, and you can use that space because you've already paid for it. So we are really about making things efficient. And a lot of people have commented when they come in here, how come this place looks so big? You know, it's the same size as a normal terrace house. It's only 24 feet wide, but it looks much wider than that. And they can use so many areas of this entire home. So it is important. Like you said, the high floor to ceiling heights will actually give that much more natural lighting coming to the house. You can see that the entire house has no lights turned on. It's very bright, it's very comfortable. And again, how do you measure the value of comfort? I think it's very tough, but our people, our buyers who've had experiences staying in KEN developments will be able to testify that it's very different from others. It saves a lot of energy. it's comfortable. That's more important for people.
And the space and layout of this unit as well, it differs quite a lot with your typical terrace house. Talk to us about that. Talk to us what would be the first thing that you consider when designing a space and layout for a greenhouse.
When you come into a typical terrace house, you come into the living room. We've changed that and made that area more usable. Then you come into the dining and the back area. The back room is always not a very nice room. Now we have to understand the fact that a lot of elder members of the family will live with the home occupants. So we want to make that room comfortable for them. So we've designed it differently. We've pushed it so that it gets a lot of natural lighting. It's a nice size. It has connectivity straight to the toilet as well. And when you go upstairs, typically you have a center living room which is not very well lit and it's very stuffy because you don't have natural ventilation. We decided that on a hierarchy, the rooms play a more important role than toilets. Toilets are traditionally put in the front and the back so that it gets natural ventilation. Yep, that's a good point, but we felt that we can use mechanical ventilation as well. Put the toilets into the center like how they do hotel rooms, and you push the rooms to the front. When that happens, the rooms become bigger. Now all the space from that living room is now transferred to all three rooms because you have three rooms upstairs, and the rooms now become very nice. They become a great size and people spend a lot of time in their rooms. And the mechanical ventilation from the roof is not wasted as well. We've then put it and introduced a breathable roof system which KEN Holdings is patenting, and then it uses to cool the roof itself as well. So we've reused energy that is being used for one purpose for a secondary purpose, and with that you have a lot of savings in electricity, and yet it brings a tangible benefit to the home. You
have an extra level. You used to call it the loft, and now it's been turned into something else. Talk to us about that.
When we did Legian, you see, we continuously improve our product. We spend a lot of time doing research and development, and when we did our breathable roof, we realized that we had an opportunity to create a space. So in Legian, we actually created an area where people could extend up to become a loft. In Jimbaran, we decided that we'll build the entire loft for them. So now, instead of having an empty roof space, you've got a very nice area that you can use as a secondary living room, you can use as a study area, it can be converted into the kids' play area. It's a beautiful space. Everyone that's come in here loves it. So from nothing, we've created something, and that has added a lot of value to the home. So it's simple. I think the developer's job is to add value to people, to ensure that your investment, your home is protected and will continue getting more value in the future.
And for the price opened at lower than 600,000?
About 610,000.
With a swimming pool?
Yes, for the corner lots.
Talk to us about how you managed to add in a swimming pool with that kind of price range.
The price range for 600,000 was for the intermediates. The end lots, because they come with more land, I think it's a little bit pricier than that. The swimming pool the concept started in Legian. We decided that, hey, why do only very top quality bungalows only get to have swimming pools?
Exactly, yeah.
A lot of our buyers who have got the corner lots love it, because now they've got a nice area for the kids to play. I think a lot of people are very family centric. We want to ensure that we bring our kids up in a very nice environment. As I was saying, when I was younger, I get to play with my neighbors in the street, in the back lanes. We play badminton across the gates. But nowadays, with security concerns, that's not so much doable in a lot of areas. We're very lucky in KEN Rimba that we're able to design it so that it's gated and guarded. We've got our guards and security dog patrol, and that ensures that you can actually redo and relive in that sort of way again. And of course, to bring up the standard of people living in terrace homes, we believe that you can have a swimming pool and still affordable, and you can still live at a different luxury level.
And with that, who would you say be your target market, and what kind of living or lifestyle concept that you're trying to execute here?
I think we have a lot of upgraders from around the area because we're in Shah Alam. We're very near Klang, very near Subang.